Hi friends, I'm Sue Ann Delk. Today is January 4th, 2020, and this is my daily report and card pull. Thank you for joining me. So, I don't have anything for show and tell tonight, sadly, but I planted catnip today. That was my seed for today. So far I've done sweet basil on the first, cilantro on the second, parsley on the third, and then today the fourth I did catnip, which I can never have enough of, as you can imagine. Yeah, in fact I can't even leave the plants out where the cats can get to them because they will destroy a catnip plant in record time. Just picking the leaves off, they'll pull it down, they'll pull it out of the dirt. So I have to keep it closed away to let it grow enough to be able to cut some off to give to them, which they love. Almost all of them love it. So today was a good day. It was Monday. It was the first work day of the week. Glad to have it behind me. I'm sorry, it was the first work day of the year as well as of the week because it's Monday, duh. So yeah, like I said, glad to have it behind me because Mondays are stressful and overwhelming anyway, and then when it's a Monday after a holiday, everyone's just like, ah! So, that's that. So, I'm shuffling what's left of our little cards here. Cartouche, the Way of Cartouche. Here's the box the deck came in. Vintage right here. It's old deck. Well, I say old. It was printed in 82 or 83, something like that. And there's our card. What is that, a cobra? Well, it doesn't say cobra. It says Uraeus. U-R-A-E-U-S. Uraeus, number 18. Looks like a cobra to me. Let's see what the book says about Uraeus. Sacred asp or serpent, the insignia of priestly wisdom. Nature is movable. Excuse me. All right, that's good. You got it. Any of y'all have cats? It's always an adventure. Occult, adeptship, sagacity, honesty. Wisdom and occult adeptship come into this category, but it would be imprudent to interpret Arius in this light unless the inquirer was well schooled and considerably advanced in metaphysical studies. The type of wisdom implied here is concerned with the ability to command and handle pure energy, and let's face it, there are few adepts about today. You will certainly outwit your adversaries if Uraeus falls upright for you and your inquiry was directed toward this level. Scoring points against those who usually do the scoring, getting one up on unfriendly colleagues, and seeing through the covert plans of those who do not have your best interests at heart are all mundane Uraeus possibilities. It can be summed up in one phrase: he who laughs last, laughs longest. For meditation, Uraeus represents wisdom and sagacity. If you need to make a wise decision, or if you are a genuine seeker after wisdom and light, then this is your meditation card. As a talisman, Are you a cat person? Oh my God, I was just asking if y'all were cat people or if you had cats. Are you a cat person? If so, Uraeus could be a lucky talisman for you. Bast, the daughter of Ra, had mastery over the serpent energy, and genuine cat lovers can also partake of this bounty through Bast's kind offices, since cards number 4 and 18 are highly compatible. The energies of Uraeus will help you to see through deception and spot a shyster a mile off. Who don't want that, right? Where are we? All right. The serpent or snake is one of the oldest symbols known. Over the centuries, it has become associated with both wisdom and cunning, which suggests that it represents the ability to see into the minds and hearts of others. Whether this gift is used to benefit or take advantage of humanity will depend on the stage of spiritual development of the user. It is sometimes said that the best detective is the one who can think like a criminal, and the same applies to the nature of card 18. Serpents have appeared in the mythology of most nations. In pre-Columbian America, the serpent was shown with feathers on its head, its tail, and sometimes on the body. Known as the plumed serpent, it implied a synthesis of opposing powers, heaven and earth, the spiritual and the temporal, much after the nature of the caduceus. In spite of its more obvious Freudian phallic implications, the serpent represents feminine power or intuition. In the Iliad, an eagle appeared to the Greeks carrying a wounded snake in its claws. The seer Calchas saw this as an omen, portending a Greek victory. The masculine or patriarchal order of the Arians, subduing the predominantly feminine and matriarchal principle of Asia. The early Christian Gnostics, especially the Nicene, N-A-A-S-S-E-N-E, Nicene sect from Nas, snake, placed great importance on the serpent and its various meanings, relating it in particular to the spinal cord and spinal marrow, being indicative of the way the unconscious expresses itself suddenly and unexpectedly. Carl Jung believed that the snake was a symptom of anguish expressed of abnormal stirrings in the unconscious, or the reactivation of the destructive potentiality potentiality is the end of that sentence. In addition to accepting the transformation and revelation of snakes as constituting a well-documented archetype, Jung also considered the Egyptian Uraeus to be the visible expression of the Kundalini on a higher plane. Kundalini is a concept of the Eastern schools of yoga and tantra, usually represented by a snake or serpent coiled up on itself in the form of a ring, kundala, in the part of the body corresponding to the lower extremities of the spinal column. As a result of certain exercises directed towards spiritualization, the snake uncoils and stretches up through the chakras, the wheels or vortices of energy that occur at intervals corresponding to areas of the body between the base of the spine and the top of the head, until it reaches that part of the forehead called the third eye, the eye of Shiva, or the pineal gland. In the Astrology of Personality, Dane Rudar, the doyen of American astrologers, writes of a gradual shifting of the center of gravity of the human personality, during which the Kundalini is raised from the lowest sacral plexus, Muladhara chakra, to the center between the eyes, Ajna chakra, the seat of the conscious ego, which intermediary chakra representing a stage of the process. When the Ajna chakra, or third eye, becomes energized, the spirit is finally able to break from the collective consciousness of the human group soul and experience individuation through the activation of the kind of creative imagery that brings the abstract into comprehensible terms of reference. Once this state of consciousness has been achieved, the Kundalini is free to proceed to the Sahasrara chakra, which is said to be positioned above the crown of the head and to correspond to the pituitary gland. The stimulation of this chakra generates a force field, which is often depicted as the halo of both Western saints and Eastern Buddhas. In his Dictionary of Symbols, C.E. Cirlot, C-I-R-L-O-T, Cirlot, the eminent Spanish occultist and psychologist, states, if all symbols are really functions and signs of things imbued with energy, then the serpent or snake is, by analogy, symbolic of energy itself, of force, pure and simple, hence its ambivalence and multivalencies. To the ancient Egyptians, the serpent in the form of Apep, enemy of Ra, represented the power of darkness or evil on the one hand, and wisdom and enlightenment on the other. As for Uraea, it was considered to be the right or solar eye of Ra, the story of which we have already considered, see card 3. Outside of the archetypes, Uraeus is one of the most powerful symbols in Cartouche. From a magical standpoint, this is not a force to tamper with, unless one's intentions are pure, as the wisdom it implies can only stretch as far as the spiritual development of the user will allow. The well-disciplined and spiritually oriented person will, however, certainly benefit from its use. And there you have it, our card for January 4th, 2021, Uraeus, number 18. I hope you liked that. I did. Kind of fond of this little snake. It's got a little blue eye. I'm not sure it's... Will I offend it if I call it a snake? I hope not. Uraeus. Okay, there's our card. Let me show you my t-shirt. Can't stop me. Don't even try. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you will join me again tomorrow night, and we'll pull another card and plant another seed and count another blessing. Until then, have a great evening and a wonderful tomorrow. Good night.